Every game has a different way of making money, whether it's loot boxes or having premium currency to pay to win, or just being sold for $60 like AAA game. But Valorant has none of that, yet they have one of the most successful monetization strategies ever in gaming, overtaking the likes of Fortnite, Roblox, and many more. Just as an example, from the Champions bundles alone, they made $60 million, and that's not including the 2023 one, which would probably make double that. Just to put that into perspective, a company would have to spend years producing a AAA game and put in millions of dollars, and at the end sell it for $60, and even if they sell 1 million copies, that would just about equate the Champions bundle. But how does Riot do it? A completely free-to-play game with pretty much no way to pay to win is managing to out-earn other games by such huge margins. Valorant's #1 moneymaker is their skins. Now, skins exist in multiple games, but none of them are quite like Valorant. Here is someone getting the final kill with the default skin. And here is someone getting the final kill with the Champions Vandal. Now, that's not even going through any of the animation, visual effects, sounds, and so much more that comes with a different skin. Not to mention the insane marketing for these skins. Like, you'd think they're making another game with this kind of marketing and animation, but they know this is their biggest moneymaker, so it's worth the effort. But you can clearly tell Valorant puts a lot of time and effort into making these skins as good as possible, to the point where some people will claim some skins will give them aimbot. So what is the price of a gun like this? The Champions Vandal costs around 2,700 Valorant points, and to buy enough Valorant points for that, I'd have to spend £30, which is about $40 or 35 euros. This is a shockingly high price when you compare it to most other games. But it somehow gets worse. If you wanted to buy the entirety of the Radiant Entertainment System bundle, it'd cost you 11,900 Valorant points. And this only comes with 5 skins. 12,000 Valorant points would be around £100. Or almost $130 US. It's truly outrageous pricing by Riot, but somehow they get away with it. Now, before you guys say this is cherry picking and I'm just picking the most extreme and expensive bundle, and that if you look at a game like CSGO, their most expensive skin is literally like $1 million. But there's one core fundamental difference between them, and that is you can sell your skins on CSGO. And the prices are decided by the community. Unlike in Valorant, when you spend £60 on a gun and upgrading it too, if you end up regretting the purchase, there's nothing you can do about it and you can't sell it. You're just going to be down £60. The one thing you can normally expect good value from is a battle pass, so let's take a look at Valorant's. To be 100% honest, at least this season, it's been pretty trash. It gives you a ton of skins, so if you're a free-to-play player, you won't have to keep using like 20 default skins, but none of them have any visual effects, or any different sound effects, or definitely not any animations. In fact, the most useful thing it probably gives you are Radianite. And if you're wondering why there's a separate premium currency, this is probably the most genius part in the entire monetization strategy. Because you'll notice when you buy a gun, the animations don't come with them. If you want these animations, it'll cost you just a tiny, teeny 10 Radianite. I mean, when you compare the 2,700 Valorant points, 10 Radianite seems like nothing in comparison. To upgrade this fully, it's about 30 Radianite. But how much does Radianite actually cost? Even just 30 measly points. It will cost you almost the exact same price as the Vandal. So although it seems like this gun may cost you around £30, it is literally double the price. Unless you want a completely unupgraded gun, which completely kills the point of the gun. And it's almost like a little additional fee when you buy a gun, when in reality it's a hefty fee that comes along with any good gun you might want to buy. The psychology behind how they've separated these two price tags is something that actually has to be studied. The only good thing about this is if you've been a free-to-play player for ages like I have, you'll have racked up Radianite just by being free-to-play. I have 625 Radianite, but only 50 Valorant points. But there's more to this strategy than meets the eye. If you're free to play and you see other players complaining about how expensive Radianite is, and you're sitting here on a huge stash of 600, you'll be more inclined to buy Valorant points and actually use your Radianite, because otherwise it's going to be sitting there useless. And once you've bought one gun, you won't stop at that. Now, I just pretty much finished the battle pass, and this is my collection right now. The most important gun that I use the most is literally skinless even after the battle pass. So will I let my gun collection be ruined by the lack of these 3 skins? Or will I wait till I'm lucky enough to find a banger deal in the night market? So the night market just came back recently, and you've probably seen people all over social media revealing their night markets to either have the best or worst pulls possible. And at first you may be wondering, why doesn't Valorant just put out some of their best guns here to make it more likely for us to buy a gun? Why even put this Lux operate here when there's no chance anyone's going to buy it? And the answer is false scarcity. Essentially, they want to make it seem like the barrier to getting these skins is not so much the money, but the fact that they appear in your shop at all. They'll surround 1 or 2 insanely good skins with a ton of terrible ones around it and put minus 38% on it, making you think it's a steal of a deal. And it's not just in the night market, it's also the store. You'll randomly have 4 guns appear down here, and you'll just have to hope that one of your favorite skins come up. And if you don't buy it now, who knows the next time it will come back in your shop. Maybe never. The instant dopamine rush you get through even seeing an Ion Vandal in your shop is going to entice you to buy the gun.
Ah! No way! Let's go! Oh my god!
And you've probably used the gun before in game when somebody else drops it. Maybe if it was a dumber company, they would have made it so you can't pick up a premium skin from someone else, so that you never get to feel what it's like to use these guns. But it's not because Riot's a very kind company that they let you use these in game. It's that they want to give you a taste so you can remember what it's like and know what you're missing out on. But at the end of the day, even with all the monetization strategies they use, the one thing you can't deny is the skins look amazing. Are they overpriced? Yes. Do they give you aimbot? No. But it almost feels like they do, and it makes every kill so much more satisfying. Personally, I'm a free-to-play player 90% of the time, and I almost never make in-app purchases, especially if it's just skins. But I bought the battle pass for the first time this season, and now even I can't help but want to buy a Vandal skin, because it just doesn't make sense to have the Vandal completely skinless and everything else still have a skin. At this point, it's just a question of what will I buy? Do I go for the Ion Vandal in the store, which has no percentage off? Or do I buy the Blob Vandal at a cheap price? Or do I just go for the most expensive one of all, the Champions Vandal? And I'm willing to spend so much on Valorant skins, but if you put a £60 price on Baldur's Gate, I'll be way less likely to buy it, even though I may end up spending the same amount on Valorant skins. Which is kind of insane to think about, as Baldur's Gate will probably keep me entertained for way longer, and there's been a lot more effort put into it rather than just a skin bundle or 1 or 2 expensive skins. But somehow Riot still manages to outsell these huge companies with just their skin bundles. Anyways, to make me feel better about my purchase, let me know in the comments how much have you guys spent on Valorant, and do you regret it? And let me know if you guys are planning on buying the Champions Vandal or the Champions Bundle. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already.